My name's Chuck Marohn. I'm the Executive Director of Strong Towns. For me, CNU is a stop along this journey of trying to figure out what is going on in our places and how do we make them work. I'm a civil engineer, and when I was working in the engineering profession, the standard answer that the engineers had to why nothing was working was that we just needed more money. If we had more money, we could build the wider roads, we could build the overpasses that were needed, we could add the capacity, we could do all the improvements that had to be done, and the world would be perfect. And it took me a long time to figure out how just whack that was. You know, I was an engineer, I was out there doing it, I was turning around saying, boy, if you just would give us more money, we could fix this problem. And I started to ask myself, okay, in a world where that's a constraint, what would I do differently? And it got me, out of engineering really and back to the planning profession. I went back to graduate school, and the answer that the planning profession gave me was density. If you can't make things pay, you got to cram more things into a smaller space. And I started going down that path. I'm a planner now. I'm trying to, get people to build density. And I stepped back and started to look at, what I was asking people to digest and what I was recommending to them as a planner. And it was not a place I would want to live. But I visited places I wanted to live. I visited Paris. I visited Rome. I visited Venice. I visited London. I visited the great kind of small towns of the Italian countryside. And all of them were just beautiful. They were just gorgeous places. And I met Italians and I talked to them, and they weren't any smarter than we were. But somehow they had figured out how to do this. And I started studying that, and I started to try to figure out, and I wound up at every instance getting veered back to the new urbanism. And so I'm here, this is, I think, my 5th Congress. The last 4 have really been me trying to digest things and learn and grow and put them into kind of my body of wisdom. This is really the first year where it has been there's been some mutual sharing. I still think that I'm taking more than I'm giving, but I'm starting to give back now and say, okay, this is an amazing body of thought. What about these ideas, and how do these ideas intersect that? And it's really been, gratifying to me to be here and to be at the point in the development of what I'm working on to start to give back and to make it a two-way street.